Welcome to this video. I'm Ellen. This is a video where I wrap up my life, and since I've missed June and July, that's what we're talking about. If you're here for books or movies, I have those in separate videos, so I will link those down below, but this is everything else but books and movies. Okay, so the first thing I usually talk about in these videos are my favorite things for the month. For the month of June, I had one favorite thing, and that is this. It is Keith's chicken sauce. So if you've been around these videos that I post, you might know that I like the Try Guys. I'm a fan of them. I watch all their videos. I think they're great. And Keith is one of the Try Guys, and he came out with a not too hot sauce. And it's a hot sauce that's specifically for chicken. And it's a hot sauce made for people who can handle hot sauce. And I really like it. I've been eating it a lot with chicken and other things. Thing is, I cannot handle hot, spicy sauces, and when I eat this, this is a little spicy. But at least it's like a spicy that I can handle. But I've had a bunch of my friends try it who can handle spice, and they're like, this isn't spicy at all. I don't know, for me it's a hot sauce, but for everyone else it's not. And I like the flavors with it. I think it's great. It does go really well with chicken. So this is a favorite thing. I will also link down below where you can get this if you're interested in trying a not too hot sauce. Another favorite thing of mine that's not only been for like the past 2 months, but I just watched more of them in the past 2 months. Those are like reunion videos. You know, where like shows or movies come together for a reunion, like a Zoom call reunion. I've been really enjoying those. I've watched a bunch of those. Some favorites of mine, the Teen Wolf one. Oh, I watched one with like Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. They came back together and did a reading of the movie, as well as Chuck. You remember that TV show, if anyone watched that. I loved that show. I was so upset it did not need to end, but the cast all came back and did a reading of an episode. There was one with Sunny with a Chance. I watched that reunion. Yeah, so there's been like a lot of TV shows and movies coming together for reunions and like raising money for something while they're doing it. So something else I got really into in July are the Reading Rush vlogs. I normally don't watch reading vlogs. I'm never really interested in them. But the Reading Rush happened. So the Reading Rush is a readathon. It happens every year. I've never participated in it, and I didn't participate in it this year. It's just one of those readathons that I just don't think I can actually accomplish, because it's a week-long readathon and there's like 7 challenges, so it's kind of like 7 books in a week, and I just can't do that. But I was watching other people vlog their journey with the readathon, and it was really, I enjoyed it. I was surprised. I normally don't like watching reading vlogs, but I was enjoying watching people do a reading vlog for the Reading Rush. And I feel like I can't talk this morning. I'm having difficulties. That is it for favorite things. I do not remember what comes next, but I think next I'm just going to talk about TV shows. And there are some. There are definitely a lot in June, but July I only watched one. So for June I watched Queer Eye Season 5, because the new season came out in June, and obviously loved it. Made me cry. Every year, it just, ugh. It's also one of those TV shows that's like definitely needed right now, where it's just like a feel-good TV show. Like, yes, even though it makes me cry, they're like happy tears. And it's a TV show that makes you feel all like warm and gooey inside. And it's totally different from what the real world is making you feel like, at least for me. So it was always really nice that like in those times when I was not feeling too great, was feeling really angry and upset, it was good to have a TV show to go to where I could just forget about those thoughts and feelings for a second. Also in the same vein as that, I watched the first season of Queer Eye in Japan, which was basically just the same thing as the Queer Eye TV show, where a bunch of gay guys make over someone. But with this one, it was in Japan. And so there was a lot of subtitles. So if you can't handle subtitles, I guess don't watch it, but it's great. And I really liked that they like incorporated Japan's culture in the way that they did the makeover. And they also had some Japanese stars be like guests on the show. I didn't know who they were, but they were apparently very big names in Japan. Another show I watched was the first season of Encore. This came out I think last year, but I finally got a chance to like sit down and just watch it. And this was so cool. It's a show on Disney Plus. Kristen Bell is the host, but each episode we follow a group of people who did a production of theater within their high school, and they're coming back and they have like, I think a week to try and put the show together and do it again. But of course they're like not in high school anymore. And they're all different generations too. There are some that are like, some people that came back were in their 60s putting together a show, but then there were also people coming back who were maybe like my age in their late 20s coming back to redo their high school show. So you have a lot of different generations trying to pull off their high school show, their high school musical. And sometimes there is drama, because sometimes it's like, oh, that was my ex-boyfriend that I dated in high school and there's still bitter blood between us. Or sometimes it's like, hey, I didn't get the lead in the show, but I would like to audition for the lead. And the guy who did play the lead is like, excuse you? Like, I'm coming back to play my part. So it's definitely fun to watch, especially if you love musical theater like me. Because I did musical theater growing up. I really loved it and I still like watching musical theater. Another thing I watched was Space Force Season 1. This, with all the hype surrounding this, I thought this was going to be better. But this is a TV show with Steve Carell, Lisa Kudrow. I don't remember anybody's names, but you follow Steve Carell's character. He works for the government. He works for the Space Force. So he is trying to, find a way to colonize the moon or Mars or something. I literally cannot remember much about this show. But there's a lot of issues that they come across, a lot of legal issues, but also just like things that they physically cannot do. I don't know, I really cannot remember this show very much, but it was funny. The way it ended too, I was like very unsatisfied and I was like, okay, I don't think I'll watch a season 2 if it comes. There was also just too much hype around this, like it was in the top 10 on Netflix, and I don't think so. It wasn't for me. Next I'm going to talk about is season 1 of Stargirl. I really enjoyed this show. It's on the CW. I think the first season has just ended. I don't know if they've got more episodes, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. This is another CW superhero TV show, and I tend to really like the superhero TV shows. And this one's following Stargirl, and she's bringing together the JSA, which is the Justice League. Never mind, I don't remember what it stands for. And they're fighting the ISA, which is the Injustice League of America. I don't know. Which the Injustice League are pretty much all of the adults in this town. So she's recruiting a lot of like the teens to take down the Injustice Society. Stop what they're doing. I like that, like, her character, she's very spunky, but she can act too rash at times. Sometimes it's just like, I'm just gonna go, and it's like, how about you think about things first? But yeah, no, I'm enjoying it. Another show I'm enjoying, The 100 Season 7, obviously. This is one of my favorite shows. This is its very last season. This season, though, is very interesting. And I feel like this season is very different from what it normally does. Okay, I don't even know how to explain season 7. What I like that they're doing with season 7 is there's multiple planets. We've got multiple not planets, no, it's like multiple universes. And they're traveling between the universes, and each universe has like different time. So like you could be on one planet for 5 years, but on another, okay, you could be within one universe or on another planet or whatever for 5 years, but for another universe, it's probably like a minute. What would have been 5 years? And so like the time, so not even just universe jumping, but like time jumping is so weird. And you've got a bunch of different people on different universes and different planets, and you're trying, I don't know how the show is doing it, but I think they're doing a very good job of keeping track of what universes have what different times, and and organizing it all. It's very well done. The only thing is, I feel like I'm barely seeing Clark, who is our main character. We're focusing more on the side characters, but I think I understand why, because you have to world build this whole new universe where they are, as well as all of this new universe, and like there's just a lot going on with the side characters that we definitely need to focus on them for now. But I am missing Clark. I'm missing Raven. I feel like I haven't seen Raven much. We're also missing Bellamy. And I know the reason behind Bellamy not being on the show, but like, I miss him. I know he comes back in an episode that's coming up for me. I'm very behind on my episodes with the 100. Bellamy's barely in this show, but I know he's coming back. There's an episode coming up where he's going to be in it, and it's going to answer some questions as to where he's been, what's happened to him. But like the whole reason I watch the show is for Clark and Bellamy. And the fact that they're like barely in it, just... But I am liking a lot of things that are happening. Also too, because it's not just the separate universes, we're still in that same universe or planet that we got to in season 6. And there's a lot of like political stuff that's happening, a lot of different alliances and rebellions, and yeah. Still loving Murphy as well. Murphy's still one of my favorite characters, and I think he is fantastic this season. He's really come a long way since season 1. I remember in season 1, we all really hated Murphy. Like I was like fine with his character dying. He became my favorite character, I think, season 3. That was where the shift really happened, where I was like, you know what? I like this guy. He's still an asshole, but I like this asshole. And he's got some of like the best lines. Anyway, I'm going on for too long about the 100. I love the show. I'm very sad to see it end, but I'm still really enjoying how season 7 is going. The next TV show I want to talk about is one that I really, really loved, and that is Love, Victor. I didn't know what to expect from this show. I was very nervous. I love the movie Love, Simon. It's one of my favorite movies of life at this point. And so they created a TV show based around Love, Simon, but it's called Love, Victor, and we're following Victor, who is a new kid at the school, Creekwood High, there it is, that Simon went to. And he's going through the same things that Simon kind of went through, about like realizing that he's gay, and realizing his feelings for another guy, but he's worried about his family accepting him. He also has been like dating this girl, because again, he's still like, do I like girls? I like her, but like I also really like this guy. And so it's also just like him trying to figure out how to have this relationship with this girl, but also kind of try and break the relationship with the girl, because he feels like he's gone in too deep, too far. And it's just, it's so good. But in the meantime, he also like DMs Simon and like asks for Simon's advice, and Simon will like tell him, and Nick Robinson does narrate the things that Simon says, and also he does show up in an episode, and I just like, I was so happy. Him and Bram both show up in an episode, and it's truly wonderful. And I think this show is so well done, and I'm so excited if there is a second season. I am here for it. I want to know more about Victor. I want to see more of his life. I want to know what's going to happen after that finale. It's really it truly is a very like sweet, romantic TV show with lots of teen drama, and it's great. I also watched 2 TV shows on Quibi. So I got the like free trial for Quibi for 1 week, and I was able to watch 2 shows, and they were the only 2 I really wanted to watch. So then after that free week, I just got rid of it. But the 2 shows that I watched were Cup of Joe, which is a TV show with Joe Jonas, and he travels the world. It's his it's his travels and what he does when he sightsees in between touring, and each episode has a special guest that he goes traveling with. It was fine. I think I would have... Here's the thing with Quibi. So their episodes are like 10 minutes long. I think I would have preferred Cup of Joe to be longer. I would have actually preferred like a half-hour show with this. I feel like not enough was put into the 10 minutes. Or I think his episodes were actually like 8 minutes long. I felt like things were too rushed and things happened too quickly. But the other show that I watched on Quibi I really liked, and that is Royalties. The reason I watched it was because of Star Kid. I mean, Nick Lang created this show, Darren Criss is in it along with a bunch of other Star Kid members. But also like John Stamos is in it, Sabrina Carpenter's in it, like so many big names are in this show. And each episode is 10 minutes long, and I really liked it. I think this show did benefit from the 10-minute episodes. It follows 2 people who are songwriters, and they're trying to write, and it's like them writing songs for people. That's pretty much it, but it's very well done. I did find it funny. I liked a lot of the songs. And then the only TV show that I watched in July was The Floor is Lava. I watched this, well, I started watching it because I was just curious. It was popular on Netflix. A lot of people were talking about it. So I watched it, and I was just kind of like meh about it. But then I kept watching it, and I just watched the entire thing. And I think the reason why was just because it was one of those shows that I liked having on in the background while I did other things. It's not a show that I think is really great, but I also didn't mind just having it in the background. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know, it's fun to watch if you're not watching it fully. But this is a competition show, and you're following like groups of 3 people, and they have to get to the other side of the room, but the floor is lava, so they cannot fall into the lava, and they have to get as many people from their team to the other side of the room. They're also being timed, so whoever in the end makes it, has like the most people and the best time to make it across the room, wins. I think, what was it, like $10,000 or something? It was just something to have on in the background, and I liked that. Now let's talk about some theater. I only watched one like theater thing, and that is Mean Girls the musical. I saw a bootleg of it with the original cast, and I liked it. I mean, I definitely liked the songs. I don't think it was a great movie adaptation of a musical. It was just kind of like meh. I literally just woke up. I totally don't know how to talk in these videos. I'm having difficulties explaining, and I'm very sorry. But this is definitely a musical where I'm glad I watched it, but I'm also glad I didn't spend money to watch it. Because it was just okay. It's not like with Legally Blonde the musical, where like the musical definitely added something extra to the movie, and like it was a good transition from movie to musical. This one, I don't know, it was like the same exact story, and it was, I don't know, it didn't like add anything new. It was just like, it was a musical that wasn't needed. you know? But I liked the songs. That's about it. And then that's it for theater stuff. I usually do show my bullet journal around this time, I believe. But I think what I'm deciding to do is I'm just not going to show my bullet journal in these videos anymore, just because I feel like it's the same thing over and over every single month, the same layout, the same like whatever. So I think instead I'm just going to stop showing the bullet journal in these videos, and I'm just going to do a whole video at the very end of the year where I show my entire bullet journal. And so if that's something you're interested in, you're just going to have to wait till the end of the year. I'm sorry. And now on to the last thing, which is the favorite songs of the month. So I have 6 songs for June that I want to talk about. The first one is Black Like Me. This is by Mickey Guyton. I don't know how to pronounce the last name, but I think it's Guyton. This was an incredible song. It made me cry. This is definitely a song that has to do with the Black Lives Matter movement and what's going on in the world, and it's just a song that she sings that that says that she's proud to be black, and this is what it's like for me. And I loved that statement, and I liked this song a lot. Another song that had to do with the Black Lives Matter movement is another country song by another country black artist, and that is Worldwide Beautiful by Kane Brown. I love Kane Brown. I'm obsessed with Kane Brown. This song was, I think, like his way of saying like, hey, everyone in this world is beautiful, and we need to recognize that. And then another black country artist that I had never heard of, but it's called Don't Touch My Truck, and it's by Breland featuring Sam Hunt. I love Sam Hunt, which is how I found this song. I don't know how to explain it, but it's a country song, and it's about someone who really loves their truck. And I don't know, I really like this song. I have no other words for it. Another country song that I liked, wow, this month was filled with country, but it's not by a black artist, it's by Rascal Flatts. They've come out with a new EP. Rascal Flatts is one of my favorite bands of all time. They've been my favorite band since like 8th grade. Nope, not 8th grade, 7th grade. I really, really like them a lot. And I liked their new song, How They Remember You. Now obviously, like, I love Rascal Flatts. I'm always gonna love, I love every single song they come out with. So there's like, it's always going to be, the love is always going to be there for them. But I think the reason I chose this song was because it's about, you know, like, how will they remember you? And it's just like having you like look at your life, like, do you build walls? Do you like give your heart like fully? What are you doing right now that will be remembered by people? And so it's just kind of, I don't know, I liked the message and I liked the tune, and I really liked their whole EP or album. I'm not sure if it's an album or an EP. Another song I liked that's not country, we're done with the country, but it's called Moral of the Story. It's by Niall Horan and Asha? I don't know, but I found it through Niall Horan because we all know I love Niall Horan. And this is another just great like pop song. What I liked about this song, obviously I like Niall Horan. I also had never heard Asha before, and I think she has a really interesting and unique voice. And this is also just a song about, I think it's about a breakup, but it's about how like, yeah, I make mistakes and I chose the wrong guy, but we've learned from this mistake, kind of a thing. And the last song that I really, really liked that I want to talk about is Husavik from Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of Fire Saga, which is a great movie. I talk about it in my movie wrap-up. And this was just a really beautiful, beautiful song. It's about her love for her hometown, and she sings part of it in Icelandic, and it's really beautiful. Every time I listen to it, it gives me chills. Yes. Now for July, there are 5 songs to talk about. So the first song I have to talk about is Mind Over Matter by Anthony Ramos. This is a very sexy song. It's also a very sexy music video. I watched it a lot. And I also had no idea that Anthony Ramos came out with like his own music. If you don't know, Anthony Ramos is in Hamilton. He played John Lawrence as well as Philip Hamilton. That was his name, yeah. And Alexander Hamilton's son. I couldn't stop listening to this song and like watching the music video because it was just so sexy. And so I definitely do want to check out some more of his stuff, and I kind of have, but nothing has beat Mind Over Matter yet. Another song that came out in July, because Mind Over Matter did not come out in July, but a song that came out in July that I really liked was Anyone Else by Joshua Bassett. I like Joshua Bassett. I really think he has a great voice, and I really have been liking his like singles and his music that he's been coming out with every so often. And so this was his newest one that came out in July. And yeah, I don't really have anything to say about it. I really liked it, so I added it. Another song I really liked that I don't actually have a lot to say on is Give Me Rain by Alexander Rybak. Alexander Rybak is a Eurovision legend. He won back in 2009, and he also competed again, I think in 2017 or 18. And because he's a Eurovision legend, I obviously love him. And I haven't like heard of him coming out with music, like his own stuff, since like 2009 or whatever. And I like the music video too. It's just like a bunch of people dancing in the rain, and it's just a very like feel-good dancey song. Another song that I liked that I cannot find like on Spotify, I can't find it on iTunes, like I can't find it anywhere. It's just on Instagram. But Morgan Harper Nichols, I follow her on Instagram, and she came out with a song that she just like posted to Instagram, like a short little like ditty of a song. My friend Kat showed it to me, which is how I found the song. And oh my god, did it speak to my soul. Oh my god. This song was like, the words that it was saying, I was like, this is exactly how I'm feeling. The song is called Just a Little More Free. And the reason I'm putting this picture with it, this is one of her Instagram posts, but she wrote the song based off of this Instagram post that she did. And I really, really please recommend checking this song out, just listening to it. Find her on Instagram, Morgan Harper Nichols, and find this song, Just a Little More Free. It's great. But since hearing this song, I looked her up, and she has a bunch of other songs out there, so I've been listening to a bunch of her other stuff as well. And so this was going to be like my ultimate pick for the month, but because I can't download the song anywhere, I can't like have the song playing underneath me. So instead, the one I've chosen is I'll Just Dance by Sue Lee. This is a song I found through YouTube, and it's another song that I listened to and I was just like, wow, this song is speaking exactly what I'm feeling. I really liked this song a lot, and I don't have anything else to say about it. But that's gonna be it for this video. I feel like I am broken and I just like can't speak correctly, so I don't want to continue speaking. And how do I end these videos again? Oh god. Okay, that is it for this video. I think I said this in the beginning, but I'll say it again. I do also have a book wrap up and a movie wrap up, which I definitely speak a lot better in those videos, and I will link those down below. And I will see you guys with more videos. Bye.